Guys, the topic that I want to speak about today is authentic connectivity. It's really strange. I remember at the beginning of the year, I just had this sense that the whole of 2020 was going to be about reflection and connecting to myself internally and just trying to find out more of who I am on a deeper level. And little did I know that that wasn't going to just be a personal journey. The whole world is kind of forced into reflection right now. I think we live in a world that is so focused on the physical and the material that we sometimes forget to connect to ourselves authentically. And what I mean by that is that we end up looking for external stimulus or external connections, which aren't always authentic or aren't always leading to our true selves. And I think what happens there is we become so desperate to connect to meaning or something, anything, that we end up making meaning in relation to the other, in relation to society, rather than making meaning in relation to our true and authentic beings or selves. We become so concerned with what others expect of us, with what society expects of us. And obviously, some societal standards are not bad, they are there for a reason, but we lose who we really are when we try and live up to those standards, even when it defies what our inner being is telling us and what our inner being is trying to direct us towards. The first step to finding your authentic inner being is to stop using your environment and your external surroundings as a way to create who you are. Your inner authentic being will be found when you sit with yourself and you become aware. You open a space where you're willing to listen and you're willing to have a conversation with yourself. You could be asking yourself what genuinely makes you happy and what genuinely makes you feel good. And those are the small questions, but eventually it leads on further and further. And the more you allow yourself to listen and be open and receptive, the more you will be able to connect. I know not everyone is a fan of meditation, but I will say that meditating is a very, very powerful tool in connecting to yourself. And everyone can meditate differently. Not everyone has to meditate on the same spiritual level. I always say when it comes to meditation, you will see what you're meant to see at whatever level you're meant to see it at. And if you do need help with meditation, because for a lot of people that's a foreign concept, please just send me a message and I will try and help you. But I highly, highly encourage you to just try and sit with yourself for a few minutes. You don't have to call it meditation if that freaks you out. But I just think it's so important to sit with yourself. Even if you journal, I actually sometimes find that when I write, I get more messages. I do want to say that connecting to your inner being and your source is a process. It's not necessarily going to happen the first time. Everyone is different and everyone will experience it differently. But the key is to just be persistent and to just keep trying. I think the main message right now with the whole virus situation is we're being forced to be on our own in our homes so that we can sit and connect with ourselves before we go and connect with other people. And the reason for that is because in order to connect authentically with everyone else, we have to connect authentically with ourselves first. By being more connected to yourself, you will be able to not only understand your own energy, but you will be able to understand the energy of others better. The main message here is that I want you all to sit with yourself and just try and connect. Everyone connects differently. I will say that meditation is a great tool to do so. And if you need help, let me know. But just sit with yourself and just try and be aware and open to receiving messages from your internal self rather than be endlessly influenced by the external environment around you.